with d3 ideas and so on. But no, he didn't take. He played knight f4. Okay, but what was after taking the piece? I can't understand at all. What trick? Because there's always a mate on the 8th rank.
Queen c5 he didn't like?
Or maybe he didn't like rook e4, and after bishop g4, just king
d3
g8.
or d3. Oh no.
But there was...
No,
Oh,
yeah,
there was no
d3.
mate anymore, yeah.
Yeah, and with queen h7, just king e7, and we are attacking the queen.
Okay, and suddenly maybe some things are getting, very complicated.
But still, just knight g3, queen c5,
Or d4.
but we just go king h2. Maybe the idea is that
Oh, maybe
I
even
mean we
take
have
it.
no moves with white. Bishop is pinned and queen on h4 is stuck. Maybe he didn't want to allow that, such a pin.
Oh, and Eric's blundered the queen. And resigned.
What happened?
So, knight f4 happened here. And he played d3
and now, yeah.
check and queen.
Okay, but actually knight f4, there was also nothing much to do. Because your piece is hanging and you can't take on f4 because queen h8 is mate.
Oh, that's true. And if we just play queen c5, I guess you just take the piece.
And what about rook? No, rook e1 is also not there. Okay, so probably it was just lost already. So what else? We have more and more games that are finished.
Yeah. Well, that time is running and players simply don't have time, so in all the games there's time trouble actually.
Yeah, because
notice
they're
that.
already playing 3:20, 3:15, something like this. And Victor Lionheart said, "Hi Tommy," on chat. Guess that's to you, that's not to me.
Hi, Victor.
All right.
Okay, so
Guys, you have to let us know what games you want to see.
game between another woman player and Handke Florian. So Ibrahimova Sabina against Handke Florian, and why I notice this game is because the position seems to be still rather complicated
For a lot
for
of pieces, not endgame.
this phase of the board game. So now there's a threat of mate in 1.
Yes. Sorry, I wanted to say it's not a mate.
It's not a mate, there's rook g7, you're right.
And wait, what's the... Okay, so it's equal material.
Rook g6 would seem like the logical answer, but might be met with bishop d3. Okay, and that's not
Rook
happening.
b5.
Rook takes b5. Oh well.
But now queen takes h6.
Yeah, interjecting this and
Now we
taking
take the rook.
And now maybe knight c3 with...
And black will try to attack on g2. Knight c3. Still knight b3 is kind of hanging-ish sometimes. But also Sabina is higher on time.
Okay, I want to show some interesting line. Maybe here we can just defend with queen g7.
Wait, no, can you?
And then you just take bishop g2 anyways, right?
Okay.
Oh no, king takes
King
g2.
takes. Queen b7. King somewhere.
Oh no, g1, it's meant to... Yeah, maybe even queen g1.
Queen b6. Rook f2. Maybe you can do that. Queen g7. That's mean. That's just brutal.
Okay, but she didn't take on h6. She played taking here instantly.
But now rook g6?
No, what's after rook g6?
Maybe she wanted to kind of... I mean that she thought that maybe it's like a loss of tempo and her queen is far and king on e8 is better. That's why she didn't do it.
And there's no rook g6. We don't get anything right in this game.
Okay, knight c3. Still again, of course, queen
Okay, but we can get to
h6.
the same position. Queen
Yeah.
h6 here. Maybe even instantly we can play... Oh no. But what are we counting? Ugh. There is just always...
Bishop is on e6. We are also tired.
So this motive is not really there. So bishop d5 is quite a threat.
Okay, so maybe now... Okay, rook c1, bishop d5 and just rook f2. Let's do it like in old times, just defending. Not giving up queens.
That's not very interesting.
And what can you do? Queen b7?
Hmm. Everything is tight. That's true. So... yeah, no idea. Maybe that's the way to play it, just simple. Queen b7, we can just take on c3. The knight. And after bishop takes g2. Oh no, that's gonna... yeah, now we have rook g3 to defend from the mate. And if bishop goes somewhere else, then king is running. It's not really running away, I guess, after all. So queen b5, there is king e1, and there is gonna be some sort of mate, I guess. Or no.
Or no.
This is too much running. Okay, so queen d5, we don't have rook d3 because of rook d1. King c2 is met by queen d1, which is still not a mate. Okay, so here can still defend because a1 is covered.
Let's let Tom enjoy himself.
But I guess such king run is not something that you want to go for on so low time. So after knight c3, she needs to do something not to allow that. Okay, let's maybe see if there is some action on the very top boards.
Yeah, why not?
So Rakhavi and against Hovhannisyan and Robert. Yeah, black is still up on time. There is a super active rook on d2, but some sacrifices have happened. So exchange was sacrificed. Okay, so knight e2 is attacking the rook on c1, is defending the c3 pawn. They're trying to take it back because rook b1 is just met by rook takes c2. And is there some other way how to keep it together right now for white? Yeah, this position still looks very, very bad. Just very hard to do any moves. Maybe knight e3, just giving up this rook, but then we are just left with such a strong c3 pawn, and step by step black is going to win this one. Okay, so what happened here? Yeah, no, still thinking after knight e2. She's running low on time.
Yeah, it's going to be probably another win.
Oh, and we saw, and board 4. Our Italian lost his
But
again.
we see that here. To finish with this game, Robert Hovhannisyan won.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a first big, huge upset.
One of the tournament favorites, yes, has lost the first round game.
Yes, but so, yeah, game between Maxim Evchin and Aryan Tari, and the white player won, but he played really impressive game. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, quite confident.
Well, it was very interesting, this approach with not taking the d4 pawn, and both players kind of were in unknown territories, I guess, and they were improvising, and at one point it looked like it just should be better for black, but then again, maybe a little too slow played, a little not concrete enough lines, and suddenly it was a lot of trouble. Yeah, well.
It will be interesting to see where in this game, actually, how did he have to react for this kind of... Maybe he needed to take on f3 with the bishop. The game Taranari had pawn on d4 with black, he has taken, and then maybe he could have tried to keep it with giving up a bishop. Huge upset.
It's very surprising, I guess, for us.
The difference between players was 402 points, so it's pretty big. And yeah, maybe we can now take a short break. Maybe we can even try to catch Maxim and ask him about something. We'll not be catching Aryan, not today. And we'll be back soon.
Welcome back. So the games are about to finish. Even we could
Yeah, we
say
are
that.
already in a big time trouble.
And so we are gonna take a look at those which are still, I guess, undecided. Bauer Christian is going to win against Piasecki Leon. He's exchange up, and it's just a matter of time. So we are not gonna take a look at that one. On board 6,
This is the interesting position, yeah?
yeah, Mohite Ranver against Van Erasmus, and
Although no, this is pretty decided. Black is winning.
yeah, now Black should be winning already. All the White's ideas are connected with the mating ideas against the king, but it's a comfortable pawn up. There's also mating threats against White's king, so that's not gonna be anything much. An exciting game was between Smirinil and Bratsker Arne. Yeah, it seems like somewhere in the complications the game opened and Black didn't manage to create enough attack. He got stuck there with the knight on g3. He chose to give up a rook instead, like kind of to keep the things still suspense, but this seems like it's just should be just winning. Although bishop e8, this is an interesting move. So the idea is that after bishop takes e8, there is a knight going, let's say, to h5.
To h5, I guess, it's because
Yeah.
otherwise you will take on g7 and take the knight.
Yeah.
So you have to go to h5 after queen g7. Knight g7 will attack also the bishop, and the knight is attacked. So we'll take back the piece.
Okay, so was there some blunder? Because I kind of looked at this oh, the knight is hanging on d2 as well. I totally overlooked that factor.
Yeah, so it's gonna be.
So bishop g6 was kind of with a mate threat, and there's
What
bishop
happened?
e8.
Because something was played.
Knight e4. Okay, so
Knight
this is a
e4.
very big mess.
The idea is rook g6, queen g6, bishop takes, and knight. Wow, that's unpleasant.
That is unpleasant, that's true, but we can take also with the bishop.
We can also take on e4 in general.
Yeah, that's a lot of options.
And after fe, we can.
Just go queen d2 or
Yeah,
something.
we can't take on e4 because queen g7 will be played, but queen c5 perhaps, and rook g6.
But then the king is running away. Oh, but otherwise h5 will come. Yeah, that's how you have
Queen
you're right.
c5.
King h2, rook g6. But this should be safe, no? Of course, White still has to get the rook from a3 into the game, the kind of factor we were mentioning already previously, very much, but it should be in time to do it, because already after rook f1 there will be threats of also from the White side. Is that the best option for White? Okay, what happens if we take bishop takes g6? Knight takes g3, and now... Okay, now there's no more threats.
But wait, after no. Knight takes g3, and we are just rook down. So I guess the best option is to go for this exchange down, but it
And
looks...
I still had an idea, maybe knight h5. Kind of attacking the queen. Oh, but are we attacking it?
But I guess something else was played, and also looking at Arne and his body language, seems like he's already... Well, he's kind of ready that this game is lost. At least seemed like that just a moment ago.
Okay, I did not see that, but now he doesn't seem to be... He seems to be just
fine.
into the game, kind of nervous.
Okay.
And so how he took on e4.
Took on e4, and now fe. Queen c5 on the board, so he'll take back the... Maybe he has to take on g6 with the bishop.
Oh, that's that's a good point, because we are further going for bishop takes e4.
Yeah, but rook e1 even. Or even rook g1 actually. Yeah, rook g1 finishes the game on the spot.
Rook g1. Okay, so this is
Bishop is pinned, so that's
pleasant
not
pin.
possible.
Okay, so I guess Ilias Mirin should be able to win it, and let's move further. Uh, Gopal is an pawn up in an endgame. We can show that on a board. Not really endgame, queen endgame. Two bishops, and he's gonna convert this, I think, rather easy. Between Golkin and Wagner, there's still rook endgame, still pawn up for Dennis Wagner, and I think already with much better chances for a draw than it was before. But very little time, 1 minute, and you have to play those moves basically intuitively. And the king is now gonna start some sort of runs for the queen side. And yeah, I still stay by the fact that by the verdict that it's going to be win for black.
There was this interesting turn of events in a game of this one, Kaido Kulout against Vadim Bolshakovs.
And yeah, so Kaido chose to go exactly for the line mentioned to release the rook endgame, and now this is a draw rook endgame, but still maybe in time trouble Vadims can go somewhere wrong. But he shouldn't, because if I'm not mistaken, I won him some theoretically draw and rook endgame with a side pawn, and I think he should be aware of how to make a draw there.
So maybe he made a mistake then, and he'll make it now. Actually, it's pretty often that, well, if you don't analyze it, then you can make it again the same mistake, because it means, well, you still don't understand it really.
Yeah, but now looking at this, thinking, yeah, this is actually funny fact.
Not for him.
And
what's the time? Okay.
The time he has 6 minutes. He has been playing rather fast. I mean, not spending too much time on this rook endgame, but now he's gonna have to think. First of all, he has to decide if he wants to take the h2 pawn and let the king go, or yeah, to keep the rook there on the 5th rank, let's say, and maybe get his king to the e5. Of course, if he got his king to e5, well, there would be absolutely already no way. But the problem is that after king c6, of course, white will have to play h7. That's forcing the king to retreat back to b7. And then the run would start.
I am actually checking the results since they are put in the on the chess results, and we have only one more upset for now at least, and on board 126. So except this game on third board between Tar and Ari, board 126, but it's quite a big upset as well, because player with 1800 won 1850, one with 2250 rated player. So it's also quite a big rating difference, especially that high rated player is quite young and quite talented. So
if I'm not mistaken, it's the same player who made a huge upset also in the Rapid tournament yesterday in the first round by winning against the 3rd seed.
Really? The player who won is from India, so actually maybe his rating doesn't matter so much. And for the just a news, our tournament director Egan Slavendelis is also participating in the event. He played yesterday in the Rapid, and he is also playing in the Classical tournament, and he won his first game.
So maybe we'll see him on the top boards sometime soon.
Sometimes, maybe, yes.
Okay, so yeah, this game between Kulouts and Bolshakov, so king c6 got played, and he didn't go for h7, he went king c3, so it's safe to say that it's gonna finish in a draw, I think, already. King is going comfortably.
Okay, if you ever get to h7, this is automatically a draw. With king will just go back and still pick up the pawn, and it's a draw. You can't put the... your only chance is that your king will get there and you make the bridge of your rook, but...
That's not going to happen here, yeah. Okay, so not too much excitement there. Then we look further, the games have finished. There is a game running between Meshkov's Nikita and Cook's Sander. Already for a long time, Nikita is playing with 2 pawns up. but black has 2 bishops against 2 knights, and this is kind of the might be an interesting position from that perspective to see if those 2 knights can manage to deal with 2 bishops in such an endgame or no. And yes, this is already for a long time this kind of material situation, but
Black is running lower on time, so if you don't know how to win, you can push your opponent into some time trouble. So what do you think? Will those knights manage to do something here?
well, they are rather active already. So, and this king is kind of on the side, so it seems like a lot of progress has been made. Let's say knight f4 we play, attack the e6 pawn. Bishop d7 seems to be like the only move. We have to protect the pawn. Now something like there's already a threat of taking on d6. So some lines.
But then just king g7.
And okay, and
Bishop
yeah, this is the
e5.
problem, and this is already not gonna be
Yeah,
winnable.
you can't really go this knight from d6 too far because the e5 pawn is going to be falling.
It's very complicated against 2 bishops in such position to win,
Yeah.
because the lines often also where you even get to exchange 1 knight against 1 bishop with the price of a pawn might mean already some sort of theoretical draw positions.
And you said that the player playing with black, Cook, Sander, he is a talented player in fast chess, yeah?
Well, yeah, I think that his actual his classical chess rating is around 2200, and his blitz rating is over 2500 if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference. So let's see what will happen here. Players are going to play more and more fast. For now, Nikita still has time, but
Okay, so knight f7, king g7 will have to be played. Knight needs to go probably to g5. Then the idea is, that's on the board. He needs to decide the bishop to put on which of the squares, on the more passive d7 or of the more active d5. But on d5,
but now it will take.
yeah, if bishop d5, then I guess knight f4 is a big problem. And
No, but then again, bishop e5.
yeah, but here I am happy, I think, to play this position because of the pawn being on the black square. So I will.
But if bishop d7, knight c5 is attacking the bishop and attacking on e6 with a check, so it's also going to be winning. So maybe he's breaking through those 2 bishops.
And now it take like this, and is it winning? King f4, defending the e5 pawn. Are we gonna be able to untie? Probably. It's already 2 pawns, and now just a matter.
And you go just king f5, and then knight f7.
Yeah, that seems like a lot
It
of
should be
progress.
winning.
Yeah. So those 2 knights, yeah. With 2 extra pawns are managing. With 1 extra pawn, that probably would be tough.
So I wanted to see where top ladies. Did they finish already, or they're still playing?
And as I look on the lower boards, everywhere there are results. Still, there's game running between Machlik Monika and Stremavichus Titas. That game is still quite unclear. Without a doubt, Titas is pushing. He's a rather young player from Lithuania, and looking to score, he has GM norms here for sure.
Okay, it looks very unpleasant for white. Somehow this rook is unhappy.
This, and this.
They're actually all unhappy here.
But you have to break through somehow, right? I mean,
No, you have to try, I guess.
because otherwise I'm just gonna be going back and forth and not caring too much. So you need
Okay,
to
but rook
attack.
f8 with the idea g3. Sometime. Okay, that's it, yeah.
Okay, the problem might be that I need to make a move again.
You can go knight c3.
Okay, that's true. And I can't really push the queenside pawns because it might lead to some sort of simplifications which can help already white. So it's very unpleasant position, but actually to break through is not an easy task. So he chose to start with knight f5.
I mean, in general.
But it's so little time for white. It's just some tactic might get blundered.
Yeah.
Very simple tactic. Bishop g2. Do you think it's survivable or no?
Objectively? Objectively, it could be survivable. It's very unpleasant, but it is not easy to break through. But actually, I think you will have to push your queenside pawns. Maybe even to b4 or something to limit the knight from d1. b5, b4, and then hope for some Zugzwang. It's hard, but I think you will win anyway.
If I will set up a4, b3, and then regroup the knight to d3, and then it will be already impossible to win it.
Yeah, are there some other games though?
Yeah,
this is still going to take a moment because
there is all the top other boards are finished. There is still theoretically a running game between the Polish player
Tymarkiewicz and Gopal, the highest rated Indian player.
But it's 2 pawns up and it's gonna finish in a couple of the moves, so no excitement there. Dennis Wagner is making progress in the rook endgame. I would say huge progress he has made. But both players are low on time. So now he has to choose if after f4, f3 this is winning, or he should just maybe go rook g2 and okay.
That's winning.
That's
because
just winning.
You're 2 pawns up.
2 pawns up. So what is he thinking about?
Rook c4.
But then we can take with the king. It's still
right,
2
and
pawns up.
f4 it's check as well.
Yeah, rook g2 played, so he's gonna win this one.
So you're right. Managed to push for the whole point, even though the rook endgame could have been drawish. But it's never easy.
Never easy, yeah. And
so they
game
finished.
Between Kaido Kulouts and Vladimir Bolshakov is going to finish with a draw. And other than that, they all have already finished. Yeah.
So we have this draw between Kulouts and Bolshakovs is pretty big upset, since especially Kaido Kulouts was playing with white, but by far the biggest upset of the round is Maxim Evchin winning with Aryan Tari. Really, really good game. We haven't checked it with Engine, so we can't say it's a perfect game, but it looked impressive. He was playing fast, he had this interesting idea, and yeah.
It was a really interesting game. I'd say that also, just not a... Just kind of creative, this whole approach with the pawn just standing there on d4 and what followed also later on.
Yeah, but as we were telling you, we'll be choosing every day the game of the day. And you guys can go to Riga Technical University Chess Open on Facebook. This is an official Facebook page of the tournament. There are all the news and information about the event. And also there will be publishing the chosen games for the game of the day, and you will be the ones to actually choose the who is going to win. We'll just choose the games which you can choose from.
Okay, so all the other boards are kind of decided.
We can still see the lower one, Ivanov Gagara.
Igor, Latvian player against Gagare Shardul. Gagare impressively won Blitz tournament here on Saturday.
Yeah, he won already 1 round to spare. And I guess he had like 1 point or 1.5 point advantage.
Yeah, he finished with 10 out of 11, yeah.
Yeah, with 2 draws. So what's this game? Is it a draw? No, he's...
Okay, so he's pawn up.
No, he's winning, yeah? He's pushing g4, then h3, he's queening this pawn, and the white can't do anything about it, right?
Oh, g4 is meant by probably check here.
King g3.
Yeah, there we are taking 2 pawns and A and H pawns.
Are a draw?
No, it's a win, but it's a very slow win, but it's a win.
No, I think depends on the position, but maybe in this case where white king is so far, it could be.
I think it's a win, just only if there's some
Those theoretical.
If there is, unless there's some direct defense, then step by step it's a slow win. Just you have this weird approach that you push one square on the one side, then both kings go to the other side of the board. You just push one square there, then both kings go, and it can actually take some 50 moves or so to actually win that rook endgame sometimes. But
All right, so this could be a win then for black player from India, but white is still trying to defend.
yeah, so I guess g4 is kind of an option, but you can also still think not to play it instantly and just look for some other options with black to kind of do it more clean. Maybe some move like rook e5 is even that you don't have to count anything at all.
Going for rook e3?
Going for rook e3 and just taking the h pawn with comfort and having 2 connected pawns.
Yeah, that could be as well. King b7, maybe just...
He went for king f5 to have g4.
Ah, that's also tricky.
But then we can give a check, and I'm not sure if this is any progress whatsoever.
Maybe he will go to h5.
Okay, he could go to h5, yeah.
King g6 and then king h5 and then g4 this way, and well, just using the fact that white king is basically cut off, it can't even attack black rook.
But I'm not sure, is that in any way improvement? Because in that line we had a good king on h3 and we also took the a3 pawn, so why would we want to choose somehow differently to do it?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's let them think about it.
Well, no, because he doesn't want to. There, in the other line, we had king on h file, and the king was cut off with the rook. It doesn't probably change much, but maybe
Yeah,
he just
but
doesn't want to count.
Okay.
So what does it mean? Igor Kovalenko won. He was the first one to win today. He's a top seed. Robert Hovhannisyan, last year winner, also won his game. Nijat Abbasov won. So top 3 seeds won their games pretty convincingly. Then we had Maxim Evchin winning his game. Other than that, again, Bauer Christian won. Svane Rasmus also won, right?
Yes, he also won his game.
Elias Mirin as well.
Yes. Gopal is going to win. There's just a few moves still made.
And what about this game between Nikita Mashkovs and Sander Cook? Is it finished?
Yes, Nikita won. So, yeah, everyone is finished except those few games that we already just mentioned.
Yes.
The most unclear is still between Mahlik Monica and Titas Stremavicius, where also the black player still has some time on the clock, so 15 minutes, but Monica just has to. The easy thing is that she just doesn't have a choice for any active moves whatsoever, so she can just go back and forth.
She has a choice to play e4, but yeah. Curious, what will she decide to do?
Yeah, actually.
If she will decide to do something.
Yeah, e4 is an interesting thing. I didn't even consider it.
No, but I think e4 is it necessary actually? When we first took a look at this game, we thought, okay, it looks difficult for white, but then we started thinking, is there any way for black to actually break it? And do you need e4? Because e4, after exchanging, d4 pawn will be weak, right? So let's say rook d7 and some knight f5. We can attack
it can be a problem, and if black is not showing any ambitions to break through, then maybe there's just no need to think about it at all. Okay, so they're just standing and might be doing that still for some time.
Yes, exactly. And to remind you, tomorrow we have a morning round. The round starts at 11 Latvian time. So our time 11, but Central European time it's 10. And all other times you have to check yourselves. But then second round will be at 5 Latvian time, so 4 p.m. Central European time. So tomorrow there are 2 games. Then we'll be already after 3 rounds. It's going to be pretty exciting, actually. 1/3 of the tournament, and this year we also have a lot of other set events. If you're somewhere near Latvia, you can still maybe join. Who knows? There will be dice chess tournament. I don't know if you know what dice chess is, but it's a pretty interesting game. On Friday we have Simuls, Grandmaster Simuls, and also Backhouse tournament. Many people are big fans of Backhouse chess, so this year organizers are meeting their needs. And there is this tournament. On Saturday there will be a Grandmaster lecture, and Sunday will be the last day of the tournament, and there will be last round, closing ceremony, and afterwards there is an evening
closing blitz tournament.
Yeah, blitz tournament. Which so you can still make it for that.
For those who who have never enough chess, and usually it's a lot of people. Actually, everyone is still, despite having played for a week and being extremely tired, people are just signing up for the blitz and happily playing till after midnight.
Yeah, which is pretty insane. But we also did it last year. So yeah, there will be a lot of different things for you. So make sure to follow the Facebook page. You can also like Instagram page of the tournament. So it's RTU.chess.open. Yeah. So we'll be probably slowly finishing.
Yes, all the games have been kind of decided except the one which we mentioned.
And since there was this unfortunate situation with the stream, also many of you are unfortunately not with us anymore. And right?
Yeah, so that's probably that's it for today, and tomorrow will be already much more close matchups rating wise.
Definitely, because if today we had 140 boards, then around 70. No.
Yep.
It will cut on board 70, and then we still need to go to the middle, right? So around.
No, it will be around 2380 players playing on the board one, so it's gonna be already much more close rating-wise. And as we saw today, even with 400 points difference, some interesting things can happen. So tomorrow there are gonna be more.
Yeah, it will be international masters playing on top boards. So yeah, it's gonna be definitely. Although then maybe players will be already warmed up. Sometimes it's also like this, and they will.
Yeah, it's usually that in the second rounds there are less surprises. If you look at the for the grandmasters playing with the white pieces, they are kind of managing to push, but the ones who are playing with black often face the situation when the opponent just knows theory and they are not able to do anything much there.
Yeah, so if you have you can't have questions. We have 15 minutes delay, unfortunately. But be prepared for tomorrow, guys. They are also tired. All right. Be prepared for tomorrow, for the morning, and thanks for being with us today. Be more active tomorrow. And we'll see you at 11 Riga time. And thanks for being with us today.
Okay. Bye.